Hey everyone, this is Anime Wolf 7 here with another countdown video. Now, this is essentially going to be my top 15 all-time favorite anime movies. Now, before I begin this video, it's going to be similar to my top 30 anime of all time video. It's going to be broken into 3 parts with 5 movies per video. Okay, that aside, let us begin. Starting off with my number 15 choice is the movie Hal. Now, if you have not seen Hal, well, with most of the entries on this list, I recommend it. This was actually for those who do not know, this was Studio Wit's first ever project in anime. Yeah, this is essentially from the people who gave us Attack on Titan. Actually, my camera can zoom in. Come on. There we go. As you can see from the top there, from the studio that brought you Attack on Titan. I won't dare spoil what happens in this movie, but it has one of the biggest dark plot twists I've ever seen. Not just in anime, but movies in general. And it was essentially about an hour long, but I thought it was over 2 hours. Talking about impressive. Now, this was essentially a limited edition, and you actually get 3 to 4 different covers on what you can use for this, but that aside, this is definitely one of the best romance movies I've ever seen. And again, if you haven't watched it, recommend it. Alright, moving its way, going into my number 14 choice, Fullmetal Alchemist, The Sacred Star of Milos. Now, this may surprise some people, Star 641 included, or Connor. I actually like this movie a lot. Kind of the understatement of the year, but I also like the animation in this movie. I think it's some of Bone's best work. Connor, if you're watching this, you're probably going, what the hell? What, you actually like it? It's my list, it's my opinion. Okay, not being a jerk, but yeah, everything about this movie is very good. Also, Julia, for the fucking win, who I thought Al should marry. Still pissed she was not in the series because she was an awesome girl. And pretty hot, too. Okay, sorry about that. You can't help it. She's just awesome. But yeah. This movie, I can say without certainty, you would enjoy a lot. It's better than The Conqueror of Shambhala. Again, understatement of the year, but yeah, this movie is amazing. And I love the animation for it. May have its hiccups, but it's still good. Good shit right there. Alright. When evil strikes, she turns up the heat is my number 13 choice, Shakugan no Shana the movie. Now, this is essentially a recap of the first 6 episodes with an alternate ending to it. By alternate ending, I mean where they defeat the villain in this. Yeah. It's right here, Briagne. And I might shock some people by saying this, but Briagne was actually one of my favorite villains in Shauna. Like, not from the way he was in the series, essentially from this movie. He was more threatening, he actually knew how to get shit done, and he kind of scared me a bit at times. Not from the whole doll fetish. My God, I can't believe they actually did that with him, but yeah, Briagne, he's still one of my favorite villains. And whether it's Trevor Duvall or J. Michael Tatum, both of them do a really good job as Briagne, well, at least in the English version. But yeah, if you're a Shauna fan and you haven't seen this, I recommend it. And as far as how you should watch Shauna, this is how I think you should do it. Season 1, then the movie, Season 2, then the OVAs, and then Season 3, and you're set. That's how a friend of mine recommended I watch it, and it is that. So, yeah. Plus, Shauna's an amazing series. I love everything about it. Well, for the most part. Alright. Moving into number 12 choice, Thomas and Racing bitches, is Red Line. This is one of the most amazing, this is one of the most beautifully animated movies I've ever seen. Aside from the fact that Madhouse made this, it took 7 years to get this movie made. It was literally all hand-drawn. Yeah, like pictures right here, all hand-drawn. This movie, you don't need to turn your brain on for it. It's similar to Gurren Lagann and Kill la Kill, where you're just watching it for enjoyment, and it's not really something you need to turn your brain on to. It's a movie I still recommend you check out. If you haven't seen Red Line, again, check it out. If I'm rambling on, I apologize. I just like fanboying about these movies. Speaking of fanboying, we go to my number 11 choice, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonds Beyond Time. What annoyed me the most was the fact that this came out in 2011, well, when they dubbed it, came out in 2011, and we had to wait literally till last year to get this on DVD and Blu-ray. Why the fuck did it take them so long to put this on DVD and Blu-ray? I just don't get it. I mean, if they had to wait a year for it to come out on DVD due to some issues with licensing, I can understand that, but almost 3 years? My god, that was just a nightmare. But despite that, I am still glad I got it. As you can see on the picture right here, Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei are together, and they fight against the villain right here. There we go. Paradox. Kind of funny that the voice of Goku plays this guy, I'm not gonna lie. As far as villains go in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'd say Paradox is one of my favorites. He may be somewhat cliche, but I still like him. There's a possibility that this might be taken off my list in the future because, as I'm sure a lot of us Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans are aware of, we're getting a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie that's essentially Yugi and Kaiba, from what I can guess, is going to have a final rematch with each other. And I can tell this is after Season 5 ended because Yugi looks older and he doesn't have the puzzle. And he looks like a 10, so I look forward to seeing that movie. And assuming if it gets dubbed, which I'm hoping it does, we get the old voice cast for it back. Yugi's grandpa, though, is kind of an exception because, sadly, the voice for him, Sally Sawamamoto's voice passed away. So that part I can understand if they have to recast him, but for the most part, I would like the original cast back. It'd be awesome as hell. But yeah, if you haven't seen Bonds Beyond Time, I recommend it. It's really good. Got some plot holes for sure, but it's still good. One of my problems, though, most of the characters from GX and the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't show up. It's sad, but what can you do? Alright, again, sorry for the rambling. I'm doing my best not to, but I can't promise anything. Alright, so that ends part 1 of this. I will have the next video up. I will upload the next video for it in a little bit. So, see you in the next video.